You know that feeling, right? You hear about a brand new investment opportunity, maybe in crypto or AI or the next big thing, and you feel that rush of excitement. But then there's that little voice in the back of your head that asks, wait a minute, is this for real? Well, you are absolutely right to ask that question, because for every legitimate opportunity out there, you can bet there's a scammer looking to take advantage of that exact same feeling.
So that really brings us to the most important question of all. In this tidal wave of information, hype, and high-pressure tactics, how do you, the everyday investor, tell the difference between a real opportunity and a trap that's designed to drain your wallet? Well, it turns out it's not about being lucky. It's about understanding the scammer's playbook.
All right, let's dive right in. The very first step to protecting yourself is to see these scams for what they really are. These aren't just random acts of fraud. Nope, they are a calculated, repeatable business model. And this model isn't built on creating any real value. It's built on one thing, and one thing only: manipulating information. And there's actually a name for it: an exploitation business. At its core, this kind of business is all about taking advantage of an information imbalance to go after people who aren't experts. It really preys on three key vulnerabilities: having limited access to the whole story, not having deep expertise in something complex, and of course, that powerful, gut-wrenching feeling we all know: FOMO, the fear of missing out. The engine that makes this whole thing run is something called information asymmetry. Now, that might sound like a fancy term, but it's a super simple idea. It just means one person in a deal knows a whole lot more than the other person. And here's the kicker: with these exploitation businesses, this is not an accident. Creating that information gap and making it as wide as possible, well, that is the entire strategy. It is their secret weapon. So if this is a business and it has a strategy, that means it also has a playbook, right? A set of go-to moves designed specifically to exploit that information gap. By breaking down this playbook, we can start to see the warning signs, the red flags, way before our money is ever at risk. Okay, so here are the top 5 plays you're going to see. First up, you've got information concealment. Just think of all those hidden fees buried deep in the fine print. Second, there's misinformation. This is just them lying to you, fake reviews, bogus success stories. Third is emotional manipulation, where they use high-pressure tactics to get your FOMO going. Fourth, scarcity manipulation, all those limited time-only offers that create a totally fake sense of urgency. And finally, and this one is huge for investors, complexity exploitation. And this quote from the research just nails that last point: the use of intricate financial terms and convoluted investment descriptions. Look, that isn't just someone being bad at explaining things. It is a deliberate tactic. The goal is to make you feel confused, maybe a little overwhelmed, so that you get pushed into making a decision that helps them, not you. And believe me, this isn't some small niche problem we're talking about. One study found that a staggering 65% of people have been victims of this exact kind of information exploitation. I mean, that's almost 2 out of every 3 people. It just goes to show you how incredibly effective this playbook really is. So, knowing the plays is one thing. But to really, truly make yourself scam-proof, you need to understand why they work so darn well. You see, the real target here isn't your wallet, it's your brain. These tactics are precision engineered to exploit the psychological traps and biases that affect every single one of us. The research points to a few big ones. First, there's loss aversion. We are psychologically wired to feel the pain of a loss much more intensely than the pleasure of a gain. Scammers know this, so they'll frame an offer like, "Don't lose out on this once-in-a-lifetime chance." Then you've got confirmation bias. If you're already excited about an idea, they'll just keep feeding you information that confirms how smart you are for being excited. And of course, there's good old FOMO, which just gets cranked up to 11 by social media and all those stories of other people supposedly getting rich quick. But this goes way beyond just the money that individuals lose. The research makes a really important point about the bigger picture. Every single time this playbook works, it erodes something called social trust. Think of it like this: the less we trust the financial system, the more it costs everyone to even participate. Markets get sluggish, people are afraid to invest at all, and the whole system suffers. It's a ripple effect that genuinely hurts all of us. Okay, so we've looked at the model, the playbook, and the psychological tricks. It can all seem a little daunting, I know, but here comes the good news. Once you know their playbook, you can flip the script. You can use it as your very own defense manual. So let's build your investor defense kit. Here it is, your 4-step defense plan. Step 1. Question urgency. You see a countdown timer or a "only 2 spots left" message. Just pause. Ask yourself, is this scarcity real or is it completely manufactured? Step 2. Simplify the jargon. If they can't explain it to you in simple terms, that is a massive red flag. My rule is if you don't get it, you get out. Step 3. Verify the source. Never ever just trust their website or what they tell you. Fact check every single claim with independent sources you trust. And finally, step 4. Check your emotions. Take a breath. Are you acting based on logic and research, or are you just terrified of missing out? Recognizing that feeling is your single greatest defense.
So, we'll leave you with one final thought. In today's market, where your attention and your excitement are the ultimate commodities, this is the most important question you can possibly ask. The next time you see that can't-miss opportunity that just seems a little too good to be true, I want you to stop and ask yourself, in this situation, am I the customer or am I the product?